almost feels like magic a lot of times. And I've experienced that magic in my own life, right? Having come from a place where I was in an abusive marriage for a really long time, NLP helped me break through. It helped me become a new person, create a new life, and then move on to transform the life of thousands of people. So I feel a lot of passion. But I've always asked myself this question, that how does it even work, How does it do all this magic? So I'm going to be sharing with you all today five things that NLP does, five shifts that NLP does at a subconscious level, and that is how it creates the magic. Like, for example, somebody's going through depression and they learn NLP or they get coached with NLP, and within a couple of sessions they're cured, and you're wondering, how did that happen? Or someone else has an addiction and that person's been struggling with that addiction for a long time, but with NLP they're able to overcome that addiction really very quickly. Sometimes you see people who have food cravings and who are not able to overcome their food cravings, or you see people in really conflicting situations in their relationships. They're not able to understand what's happening in their life or what to do about it, right? Feeling stuck in life. So many people tend to feel stuck in life. And we see people get unstuck so quickly and move forward and get perspective and start doing what they want to do. So no matter what the situation, NLP seems to have an application. By the way, for those who are wondering what's NLP, if there's anybody who doesn't know that, it's neuro-linguistic programming. It's an absolutely brilliant, your mind gets completely reprogrammed using neuro-linguistic programming. It's like upgrading your software, just like the way you would upgrade the software of a computer. NLP helps us do that with ourselves, right? So how does it do all these miraculous things which almost seem like magic? I'll tell you that. The first thing out of the five that NLP does to really transform things at a subconscious level is that it actually helps us become aware of the way we save information or data in our mind. And listen to this, because this is something that nobody's going to tell you, very frankly. We tend to save information in our mind. Now, everything that's happened in your life, your entire life, has got saved in your memory, in your neurology in some way or the other, isn't it? Otherwise you wouldn't remember it. And sometimes you want to remember things but you don't remember it because it's got saved in a place where you can't access it, and you're like, I want to remember that person's name, or I want to remember a certain beautiful memory, but I can't recall it, right? So NLP works first at one of the first things it does is it helps you become aware of the way you are storing things in your mind. How are you storing certain memories of your past? How are you storing what's happening around in your life? Now, let us take a very simple example of somebody who is finding it very difficult to give up sweets, okay? And that person is like, I love sweets and I've tried really hard to give it up, but I'm not able to give up sweets and I don't know what to do, right? Now, this is because of the way they have saved how they're looking at sweets in their mind's eye. Why is it that one person's able to resist sweet and they're like, I don't care about sweets, whereas another person's like, oh my god, I can't resist it? And similarly for any food, for some people it's pizza, some people it's samosa, some people it's chips, right? It's different for different people. But if you really cannot resist something, it's an addiction, it's a craving, it's a habit, you just keep going back and doing that again and again, it means that you have saved that particular thing in your mind as something very appealing. Usually a colorful picture or a vivid picture, and usually involving all your senses. So every time you think of that sweet, your mouth literally waters and you want to eat it, right? And think of it, each one of us probably have one or two things. If we love it too much, that's the way we have stored it in our mind. It's also the case with memories, right? Any memory that keeps coming back to you. A lot of times people live in their past, literally live in their past, and they're not able to overcome certain memories in their past. And that's because they revisit that memory so many times that it's so vivid in their mind's eye, and they are literally there in that negative memory. Every time they think of it, it keeps coming back and it keeps pulling them down, right? So NLP works first at what we call the submodalities level. It's the terminology for how you store your memories, the way you store your memories or what's happening in your mind is called submodalities. So it works with actually changing the way you look or you save things in your mind's eye. Now, if you change the way you're saving that sweet in your mind's eye and it no longer looks appealing, it's going to lower that allure. You're not going to feel like just jumping and eating. You will have more control as a person. So that is one way in which NLP creates magic. And the application of submodalities work is in so many places. It is there in addiction, managing cravings, putting away disempowering memories of your past, managing fear and phobia. It has application in so many areas, in creating your future and creating a compelling future for yourself. The second way in which NLP powerfully works is by changing your neuro associations. So what is the meaning of neuro associations? Just the way we would save memories, that's one aspect of how we do things. The second is we tend to make connections in our mind's eye. So whenever we have experiences, we say this means this. For example, let's say a person gets married and she has a bad marriage, or he has a bad marriage, or they have a bad experience with the opposite sex, and they manage to come out of it, or they get heartbroken and they try again, and the second time again the same thing happens. Now it's very likely that your subconscious mind is going to say that men means trouble, or women can't be trusted, right? These are called as neuro associations. You drink a cup of tea to feel good, to feel relaxed. Some people smoke to feel companionship with their friends, or to feel relaxed, or to feel powerful, right? We are constantly forming neuro associations in our mind, and these neuro associations literally control us. You stand in front of an audience, and the moment you see your audience's face, you get nervous and you're not able to talk. That's a neuro association. We are stimulus response machines. That's the way our brain works. And the second way in which NLP miraculously works is by helping you understand those neuro associations, and its techniques actually break the old neuro associations and create new empowering neuro associations. For example, a person who associated food to comfort might now look at companionship for comfort, or may look at achievement for comfort, rather than something that is disempowering them. Does that make sense? The first two was it helps us change submodalities in our mind, that the way we store things. Second, it helps us change the connections that we make in our mind's eye. And the third is that NLP actually helps us remove the lenses that we have in front of our eyes. And what do I mean by lenses? Sometimes, we are so associated with our problems, we are so associated with what is happening in our life, that it's very difficult to see what's really happening. Now, let us say you're feeling that you are a victim and somebody is doing something to you, and your spouse or your mother-in-law or your boss, it seems like they are wrong and I am right. And it's so tough to see their point of view because you're so emotionally vested in that particular situation. So NLP has some amazing strategies with which you can not only become aware of yourself and your own strategies, like you can become aware of what are your deep-rooted beliefs, what are your deep-rooted habits, what are your deep-rooted perceptions, what do you think about life, how do you process the life around you, how did you process your past. It helps you understand yourself in a very, very powerful, deep-rooted way, and it helps you remove those lenses. If you're looking at the world with pink glasses, let's say you're wearing pink glasses, what color is the world going to look? It's going to look pink in color, isn't it? So if you want to look at the world and you look at situation, you want to see things as they are, so that you can take the right action in your life. You can feel empowered and stop feeling victimized, or stop feeling stuck, or stop feeling like you don't have control over your life, and feel powerful enough to take the action that's necessary in your life. Then you got to remove your lenses, and that's what NLP does. It helps us with the tools and techniques and strategies like perceptual positions, like dissociation, by really being able to see everything clearly from the outside and objectively. So the third application of NLP is to see things as they are and remove any lenses we have about ourselves or about people around us or about the world around us. The fourth thing that NLP does is it has the tools and strategies to add new resources into us as people. Like, I was a very shy person, if you can believe that. Very, very introverted and shy. When I grew up, I never spoke on the stage. I did not think that I was very smart or intelligent, and I was an average student, and I did not have the resources to do what I am doing today, right? But somewhere down the line, using the tools, techniques and strategies of NLP, and of course my 19 years of experience did help working in the corporates for so long, training so many people. It did add on to my resources. But NLP has really helped me and a lot of people I see stuck in different situations to take on new behaviors. Like people tend to be stuck in certain behaviors. I am an introvert, I am so and so, I am an angry person, I don't know how to do this and that. So in NLP, there is no concept of I don't know how. It's all about what do I want and how do I learn that quickly, upgrade, upskill myself and get to where I want to go. So the fourth way in which NLP works at a subconscious level is by actually embedding new resources. You can choose the feelings, the emotions, the powerful emotions. If today you're feeling unsure and confused and you don't know how to go about things, using NLP, apart from all the other things I spoke about, you can embed new resources like feeling powerful, like feeling confident, like feeling assertive, disciplined, determined, action-oriented, proactive. You can add all these resources to yourself and actually feel those resources and imagine what that can do. So it helps you stay in peak state by adding a lot of powerful resources to yourself in any area of your life. And if you're enjoying, again, please type in I am enjoying in the comment section, everyone, and type in your questions. I would love to answer your questions. So NLP does have very powerful ways, powerful visualizations with which you can, once you've identified those beliefs, you can break through those beliefs and embed new beliefs in their place that's going to give you what you want. Right? And the final way, of course, there are many more. Like I said, it's not an exhaustive list that I'm talking about over here. There are so many other things that, because NLP is a toolkit, frankly, and a toolkit doesn't discriminate. It's a toolkit of reprogramming your subconscious mind. So you can use it to become wealthy. You can use it to build your relationships and have happy relationships. You can use it to feel more powerful and take action as a person. You can use it to pursue your goal, visualize your dreams, take action to become healthy and any area of your life, frankly, right? However, another way in which it helps you do all these is by modeling other people who are very good in doing what you want to do, right? So a lot of times we want to do something, we want to be good at something, but we don't have those resources. We don't really know how to do that. So NLP is also known as the science of excellence. It helps you model excellence. So one of the concepts of NLP is if anybody can do it, I can do it. If anyone else can do it, I can do it, because I can actually go ahead and using the strategies of NLP, observe the patterns and the structures of another person who's excellent in doing something, their behavior, and I can take that and subconsciously, it's like downloading somebody else's operating system or their drivers. Like in a computer, you can take the software, you can download it in another system, right? So that way in NLP, you can actually download somebody else's excellence so that you can upskill and upgrade really fast. For those who are watching this as a rerun in my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, NLP Magic. I'm going to be putting all the relevant links of the videos that I have mentioned in this video so that you can click easily and you can watch those videos. Thank you for joining me, and I'm going to be seeing you all very soon with another video. Bye bye everybody. Have a wonderful evening.